Please leave a message after the...
Yeah, I can't believe dictionary.com actually tweeted this, but they did. Haven't we gone over this? Self-made, having succeeded in life unaided. Okay, now to be fair to Forbes, I think what they're referring to is that it is not passed on as an inheritance. I believe that's what they're referring to. But it does get under everybody's skin because you're like, wait, she's 21. She's born into this incredibly wealthy family, let alone how they got wealthy. Okay, and she's born on like a reality show. She's not literally, but almost. I mean, she was tiny when then, oh, here you go, incredible fame and wealth to begin with. It seems to celebrate her like she cured cancer or something. No, she just lived an incredibly privileged life and then put lipstick on.
The Forbes doing this for someone that is obviously, like they said, already had a kind of platform. The reason why it bothers so many people is just because, take someone like Jay-Z, right? He's someone that hustled from nothing, went through the rap industry, made his own businesses. If he came to $1 billion, that's something to be like, oh damn, you know, something. Even though he's not young, that's something to aspire to. Like, that's cool. He really went from nothing to something from the bottom up, right? So why they chose, even the dictionary tweeted them twice. This doesn't, the definition, it doesn't work. Forbes are like, we just want a headline, you know, we don't care. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I feel like just taking something away from what someone else might do in the future. And then, in a way, it devalues their own brand by doing that. But with a Kylie Jenner. So anyway, go on, Ade, you want to...
Yeah, no, I totally disagree with this trope. I think she did, if she has done whatever she's done, with or without the aid, it's still admirable.
I said that
because it's no mean feat to be a billionaire. Now, insofar as business decision making, whether or not it's her or she's just putting her face on it, again, regardless, kudos to her. And I say this just because at the end of the day, why do we applaud hard work? Do you know what I mean? There's this sort of...
What do you mean?
There's this delusion of sort of grandeur, like, I worked hard and therefore, you know, this hard mentality, therefore I earn my just deserves. Nah, I want it easy. If I could be a billionaire easy, so what? Boo-hoo to you. You go enjoy working hard. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If that makes you feel any better, but we're still both billionaires. Happy days.
Everyone would be happy to get the easy route to money.
Isn't that the dream?
Of course, 100%. But obviously, human nature, you're gonna be more empathetic towards someone who like started from the bottom.
Only because you're putting yourself onto.
How do you mean?
Well, that's what empathy is, right? You put it's like, I feel you. I mean, that's why.
The ethos of working hard is, you know, kind of synonymous with someone, you know, coming from the ground up, working hard, and then, you know, I guess if I'm understanding it correctly, you know, there's working hard and working smart in that vein, where, you know, if you've done things right, where you didn't have to invest in it. I guess the main whole issue is, again, which, you know, Kylie Jenner doesn't have any control of, is the whole, you know, self-made billionaire, which is what everyone would have an issue against with Forbes by saying, you know, well, you're obviously trying to, you know, garner you know, a headline here.
I think they really devalued themselves because people always look at those as like who made it, how rich is and what they've done to get there. And then when you look at her, the credit isn't correct.
But Jesse, again, I disagree. And I say that because even the dictionary term was basically someone who's made it unaided. Now, you can't deny every single person, including the people in this room, have made it due to others. Due to the support and help of friends, family, levels, we are where we are.
Bro. No, of course.
No, we can't talk about levels. We've got to be fair here. Do you know what I mean? Just because, again, let's say, for instance, Jay-Z is used as an example, you know, from the blocks all the way to now and in his own, you know, empire, right?
Right.
Through all of that business decision-making and stuff, he's had people. He's not an island. So, you know, he's been privileged and fortunate to make astute and really quite smart business moves to become this self quote unquote made. But who's not to say that Kylie Jenner as well didn't say, no, you know what, forget pink, I want red lipstick. Right. My point is, we're now talking the greys, but we're still talking about decision makers and being helped.
Yeah,
that's fundamentally so what are your thoughts on Donald Trump then? Would you say he's also like,
self-made? Or
like, would you say that he would deserve the same kind of credit that Kylie Jenner because he's a billionaire, obviously.
Oh, is
that's disputable.
Okay. I mean, I
in
don't know,
itself,
if
but
regardless of whether or not, again, anyone who has whatever they have, right? I'm not begrudging that. And I think that's fundamentally the conversation we're having. People begrudging the notion that she's been called self-made, even though she's been lived or she was born in privilege and have access to excess.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
And that's, to me, is not even a point. It's a mute point.
I don't think it is that. I don't find it admirable for me too much at all.
I'm not even saying admirable. I'm just saying it's a mute point.
No, but I understand. But I mean, but it's when the way she has obviously, achieved this. I mean, the most powerful tool there was marketing. I mean, and she basically lived in a marketing platform, which is the show there. So I mean, for her to gain from point A to point B, being a billionaire, touching on obviously the GoFundMe page. I mean, it kind of just it feels like this whole term of being self-made billionaire seems completely disingenuous when ascribed to her. So I mean, I guess again, going back to the point, I agree that she does deserve kudos, because there's a lot of women in her position who have not gone on to that, to that point at all. I mean, who has? I mean, not, in her age. I mean, I think that it's phenomenal what she's done there. But I think what people kind of find difficult to process there, particularly if you don't have access to these tools, is giving her that whole, title of self-made. She said she's already had enough. She can't have that. Yeah, which is something that kind of comes from someone.
So I guess that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to distill and understand contextually what we mean by self-made. Yeah, but we can't base that off the dictionary term, which was basically making it unaided. Because as we've just established, everyone makes it with aid.
Right? No,
you got deeper at it. You got deeper.
Yeah.
No, I get what you. No, you're right in that way. You are right. It sounds like you want to break down it even more. That definition even more. Because people are putting value in that, and that's the problem. They put a lot of value in that self-made, but like you said, in this world, no one is self-made. We all use someone, one stone, family, friends, the council, the government. Someone is helping us. I agree, but I'm gonna say it again. To me, it's a completely different level. But I said this in the first original clip. I gave enough respect, just like I do with the YouTubers that people hate. They hate Logan Paul, what he's done, his hustle. I'm not hating on that. You might hate his methods, but he did it himself. I didn't do that. People are hating on, I could have done that. I could have fought that, and I could have done it.
Yeah, but
I didn't.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm not hating on her for that. Everyone's their own individual person.
Yeah.
Everyone's their own individual life. I'm not taking that away. But I think that crown, self-made, is something people put a lot of weight on and thought of it in a very specific way. A very, very, very specific way, which is not just anyone can help you. This is all you, which again, like you said, is not really real. If there's someone helping you, but I understand what you're saying. I do.
But this then sort of, let's almost not reverse engineer. Let's actually go polarized, because I think with discourse, it's always nice to look left and right.
Yeah,
sure.
So if we're saying that these are all the things that she's gained, let's look at all the things she's lost, because everyone has problems. Right?
Yeah.
But we can say a millionaire's problems is different from someone who isn't a millionaire's problem. But it's still a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know? So again, and I'm saying problem as using that as the opposite to basically gain or not a problem,
Yeah. Sure.
What's the opposite of problem?
Answer?
Solution.
Solution. Do you know what I mean? So on that respect is like, I'm certain she's had problems and she's overcome them and had solutions to become what she's come.
Yeah.
But you're trying to say that her problems isn't the same as someone else's problem, who it doesn't have.
But even again, that's a mute point as well.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. This is a mute point on how she made it. Do you know what I mean? She made it.
I don't think it's mute, and I'll just say the reason for that is because there are people out in the world who go through life and they think that they've attained a certain level or attain a certain status because of stuff that they've put in, and people have. It's only recently we started calling people out for the privilege that they have. So I think it's important for us to do that, like, because Kylie, if not for this argument of this self-made argument, she might be thinking, this is I'm the ish, like I really did all this,
right?
But actually, you're a very privileged person. yes, you put some stuff into it, but I don't think it's a mute point to give that.
I think we've almost now somewhat pivot a little. What we're talking about is specifically self-made. Now the context or the argument that you're putting forward is now we're talking about privilege and institutional things that have actually allowed her to become what she's become. And that's not equal for everyone, evidently. But that's a different conversation.
I think it comes into it personally. I mean, we're saying that she's not self-made, and I think she's not self-made because she is privileged in a very drastic kind of way.
Well, I think with the idea of self-made as a notion in itself, it comes across to me that someone who has the meager tools, they may be surrounded by people who are providing support, but they also have the same tools that may not, allow them to kind of essentially develop to the next level. And when someone who kind of, in her case, lives in excess, someone even call it, decadence, that everything surrounded her, she has everything that you could ask for. I mean, she used the tools, but, to get to where she was, and kudos to her. But in terms of being self-made, the notion in itself, that the tools in itself that was, given to someone, let's say like Jay-Z, was almost so nominal. Yeah.
So they are great comparison, and they're great comparison because we're now looking at infrastructure.
Right.
So from a societal perspective and institution, Jay-Z definitely had it way harder.
Right.
Being a black male.
Yeah.
Whereby obviously Kylie Jenner being a white female within the institutional infrastructure, she has a lot more privileges or things that are afforded to her. But now let's actually make a closer parallel, because I think that's oranges and apples. A closer parallel would be someone like, let's say, Paris Hilton and Kylie Jenner. Right. Because I believe when Paris Hilton was like on the cover and stuff, she was 17, and she was like really young, wasn't she? But she also, the Hilton hotels.
Yeah, the Hilton Empire. Yeah,
the Empire. We know it, right?
Yeah.
But Paris Hilton isn't a billionaire.
I mean, I would guess,
But, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's very rich, but she's not a billionaire.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that Kylie still, again, with the sort of infrastructure and whatever's going on, she's still made something of it.
Which is, she's getting the kudos for. She's getting the respect for that. But, I mean...
It's just self-made.
To ascribe self-made, is that something that would be difficult for people to digest in terms of the resources
also
that you can
mention
use.
We're focusing our energy towards the magazine. Because they're not.
Well, that's what people got pissed off about.
That's who we're
like,
debating this about. The magazine
you,
using this term, not her. We're not hating on her success at all. We're not hating on. I'm just want to. I said this before.
Are you scared? Are you scared of what the?
No.
How to go? The old caveats. Look, I like Kylie Jenner. She's good.
When we did the clip, all I was doing was praising her hustle.
At Don Tyro.
That's TYRO. Please don't forget that.
I was praising hustle, and we need to get the fuck off this, because at the end of the day, these guys, Forbes magazine, fucking no, this is such great marketing for them. I don't know if this is outrage again. What did we call this? Enough for outrage, because they know exactly what they're doing. They knew. They haven't backed down. They've even doubled down on this shit and brought the shit back up, and everyone's talking about it again. Young Turks, myself, this is caught attention, and obviously Kylie Jenner's loving this shit again.
Oh yeah, free advertising.
So
I mean,
it is what it is. If anything, like I said, the takeaway from this is Forbes devalued themselves in a way, because people could call this semantics as well if they want as well, but I really think they devalue. People looked at them as these guys count the money.
I'd agree with that.
And now they've put this out there as a kind of a marketing ploy or a semantics argument or something, and they love it. They're eating this shit up. And now, if anything, this makes me not even care about any of this shit anymore. I don't care how many people will value that. It's all bullshit. And I think they hurt them. They really shot themselves in the foot. But maybe they did this because their sales were dwindling or whatever. But it really helped them.
Their brand, I think it was risk. It was risk management. I think they thought that maybe, I mean, that their brand could take that hit, because Forbes is still Forbes. So maybe they thought, okay, well,
they're getting a lot of hits. They're getting a lot of tweets. They're not backing down at all. They don't care.
I mean, a lot of. You'd lose a bit of respect for them when they're using terms so loosely like that.
Yeah, I think this is the last time we're going to bring this shit up.
I think everyone's waiting for Kris Jenner's marketing strategy book. That's
true, though.
Buy,
True, yeah.
She's the mastermind behind all this.
Yeah, 100%.
Please leave
another message at voiceofmail.com.